Evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome to another episode of the Average Day Joes. I'm your host, C.
And Jay, what's up? What's up?
What's going on? What's going on? Sorry for the delay, guys. Jay can explain this one. What's
Yeah,
going on
no,
here?
there's a so I live by a really big county park, and one of the big redwood trees fell, and yeah, we were at like just my neighborhood in the hills was out of power for like the past 40 minutes. So
Oh, okay.
everything just turned right back on. I was like, hey, because I was gonna go stream in the car, but I was like, hey, all the porch lights came on. I was like, okay, I gotta go back inside.
Right.
That was crazy.
We gotta do what we gotta do for the Average Day Joes community, man. It
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
I was ready to go. I was ready to stream while I was driving, or just literally go down the hill.
Exactly.
Where because Safeway has since it's on the second floor, I could have gone right under. It has all the light.
So either way, man, we're here for you guys, Average Day Joes. It doesn't make a difference.
That's
Power
for
in or
sure.
power out. We still here for you guys. We also over here got like major storms going on right now. There
Yes.
heavy wind today.
Yeah.
I just seen right now one of those like suction trucks roll by my house because I
Oh
guess
wow.
yeah, there's probably some gutters that are clogged, so they have to unclog a lot of these gutters right now. There's just a lot of flooding everywhere, in the Bay Area.
So that's a difference between so obviously it doesn't flood where I live because I'm in the hills.
Yeah,
So it floods down, by 101. But up
yeah,
here we have the big ass trees,
I
and
know.
then when trees fall, all bad. Power lines.
I mean, and the other thing about the hills is you guys get a little bit heavier wind
The
than we
wind,
do.
yeah, wind tunnel. That's what I'm saying. So it's the wind tunnel. So it just knocks over trees like boom. So yeah,
Yeah,
at
exactly.
least that wasn't too bad. That it took about 40 minutes, so it
Yeah,
wasn't terrible.
definitely, definitely. Well, we're back. We're up. We
Yes, we are.
can't stop the show for nothing. So it is what it is. Anyway,
All right.
everything's good. Let's move on and let's get into the sports section. What is going on in sports
Let's
today, Jay?
let's. So trending today, KD Kevin Durant. He he's up for trade, obviously. So the Dallas Mavericks, they just made that big trade, getting rid of Luca. They got AD, Kyrie. They want a team. They want to pair Kevin Durant like as a trio, and then they got Clay there too. So that's actually I think it would be a really smart move for them. They're trying to get KD, and then obviously in Phoenix, they're trying to get Jimmy Butler.
Hmm.
So it's like Phoenix get Butler, Phoenix get rid of Durant, the Mavs get Durant. So it makes a lot of sense. I think that'd be kind of crazy to see Kyrie and KD team up again, like in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So,
So
but
that's gonna be that's like a three-way trade then.
well, I mean, Jimmy Butler yeah. So I don't know what Miami wants. So Jimmy Butler wants out of Miami.
Right.
That's a for sure deal. But he wants to go to Phoenix.
Hmm.
So if I'm Phoenix, okay, this hasn't been working, right? Put Jimmy here and then move KD to Dallas. You know what I mean? Like to try to make it work. But I don't know what Miami wants. I don't know. It's like you said, it'd be a 3-team trade.
Do you think that if let's say they didn't get rid of KD, would they be able to
Uh-huh.
afford to put a Jimmy Butler on the Phoenix?
No, well, there's no spots. So you have Book,
Hmm.
Devin Booker, KD, Bradley Beal, Jimmy Butler plays the position of KD or Devin Booker.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's too many in the same realm here. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like see the thing with the Mavericks, I get where they're going because why? KD's a wing.
Hmm.
So it actually fits. Kyrie at the guard, KD wing, AD, Anthony Davis down low.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like boom, 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 boom. Their lineup will be insane.
Right.
So it makes sense for Dallas. Now, if you know what I mean. So Phoenix is shopping him around. So
So if that was to happen, you think they would go against AD's wishes and put him as also like a wing rather than having
they
it?
don't need to. They have Gafford down low. So they have Gafford and Lively. That's what I mean. I I don't know what they would have to get rid of to get KD,
Mhm.
but that's what I mean. They have all the pieces already. They're set. They don't. AD could play the four. That's fine.
Yeah.
They already
Yeah.
have two centers. They have two centers. So that's what I mean. It would just stack their team up to, okay, we're coming out of the West. And it would make sense why they got rid of their biggest asset in Luca.
Right. Right.
So they want to gear up. I told you, this is like a 1-2 year run,
Yeah.
obviously. So gearing up, if you get a KD on that team, it's yeah, I'd actually say, wow, that's you're building a pretty stacked team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm pretty happy too, because I don't know if you heard the Lakers news, but they're actually trying to go after DeAndre Ayton from Portland.
Smart.
Yeah.
He's a good young center. He's young. He plays D. He gets rebounds. He can get. He's not the greatest offensive talent, but he does all the opposite.
Yeah.
So he'd be perfect.
He's pretty much like an AD, except more physical
without offense.
less of an offense.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Without offense.
Yeah. But I mean, we wouldn't need him to have offense because Doncic and LeBron are automatic anyway.
Yeah. I understand that, but
yeah,
he's good for Ayton's good for future. He's not too old. You know what I mean? So I get why they would want to get him. I just don't know why Portland would get rid of him since they've been playing good ball, but we'll see.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, they'll probably get some picks, and I don't even know where Portland stands, but I mean, I'm sure they're not thinking they're going to be winning the playoffs this year.
No, not at all. They're rebuilding. That's what I mean. So he's a young piece. He's like, he's been in the league, what, 6 years, maybe 6-7 years. So he's a good piece at center. They have young pieces on that team. So I don't know which way they're trying to go.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But so that should be interesting, man. We got the trade deadline, I believe, is coming up soon. So you're gonna see Jimmy somewhere, and you're gonna see if Jimmy Butler does go to Phoenix, I believe you'll see KD in Dallas.
Yeah. Then we got like 2 days left, right?
I think so. I think Thursday, I believe. That's usually how it works. Thursdays are always trade deadlines, so I believe it's Thursday. Always before the All-Star break. So you're gonna see a lot of wheeling and dealing going on. Especially if you're gearing up. You know what I mean? So.
You think there's going to be any more like super surprise trades like what happened with the Lakers?
No. Trade, that trade. The last time I felt anything like that Luka Doncic trade was when the Orlando Magic traded Shaq. I was like, huh? That was the last time I felt like, hold on, what just happened? Hold on. You mean to tell me they traded away Shaq to the Lakers? And of course, to the Lakers. I don't know what it is with the Lakers with like knowing how to, swivel their way to get these people. I don't know how they do it. It doesn't make sense to me. But Luka Doncic in a Lakers jersey, he was the number 4 selling jersey in the league, right?
Yeah.
Jason Tatum's number 1, obviously, Boston Celtics. Now that Luka's on the Lakers, guarantee you it goes to number 1, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt. And you see what I mean? That propels the NBA brand. Obviously, the Lakers name, like that. It's business, man. That's a smart business move.
I'll tell you this much, man. By the time Luka plays his first game, which should be against the Pacers, I think it's like a month from now or something. You will see me that day on our show. If it's not on the weekend, I will be wearing a Luka Doncic jersey.
I'm sure you will. I am sure you will. It
Lakers,
sucks, man, because
obviously
it really sucks because Luka, ever since he came in the league, was one of my favorite players with Dallas, and I was like, man, this dude is raw, man. I love Luka, and then now he's gonna be on the Lakers. I can't root for Luka no more. I can't. I love Luka. I would never root against him, but I'd be like, nah, man, I don't want you to win.
But I mean, it's kind of like I mean, you can't compare him to this, but basically, you could, even if you're not a Lakers fan, when Kobe was playing, R.I.P. Kobe, but you couldn't not root for Kobe as well,
But I never wanted him to win. I have a Kobe rookie jersey, so I know, but I never wanted him to win. Remember when the Celtics beat them? Oh, I know you remember that.
Yeah,
and I was ecstatic, and then he was so mad that they beat them, remember a couple of years later that the Lakers beat the Celtics in Game 7. I was like, oh man, he got his revenge, man. Yeah, that was terrible, but can't, like you said, can't root against him, but it's not like I want him to win.
Definitely.
I like Doncic a lot, man. He's a really good player. I've liked him for a while now.
For sure.
But now we got NBA scores going right now,
What's going on?
Okay, so the big game right now, Cavaliers versus Celtics. My Celtics said we're going to go into Cleveland and we're going to show them who is the best seed in the East. And they hopped out to a 20-point lead. And now we're in the fourth quarter, and they're up by 15. So we're looking good right now. The fourth quarter, about 9 minutes left. We're up by 15 points. You know, like you said, it's Tatum time for these times. So I'm hoping, you know, Tatum, White, Brown close this game out, call it a day.
Yeah.
Knicks and Raptors. Knicks are up 103-92. Nets and Rockets. The Nets are surprisingly beating the Rockets right now. That's kind of weird.
Oh, nice.
Very odd. The Sixers beat the Mavericks. Of course, the Mavericks, you know, they're you know, they don't have all their pieces right now, so they lost by a basket to the Sixers. That doesn't I don't count that game because, you know, they're still in those phases.
Yeah. They're
Bulls and Heat. Yeah, exactly. Shut up. Well, yeah, that's like I said, that has to do with the owner, the GM. I mean, not Cuban, because even Mark Cuban was like, "Hold on, you did what?"
Yeah.
Even Mark Cuban was shocked about this.
And from what I heard, Mark Cuban actually shared. He sold a lot of the shares of that of the Mavs. So he's not like a full owner no more. He's only
but he's not a full. Yeah, exactly. But he's definitely still one of the faces.
Right.
And then you got Bulls Heat. The Heat are up a couple, you know, like a few points.
Yep.
The later games today, Blazers, Pacers. I would believe that's I'm rooting for the Blazers. We'll see, but I think the Pacers may have that. And then Lakers, Clippers, which is right after the Celtics game. So right there, I believe we will see, you know, Battle of LA. I believe we will see the Clippers prevail because the Lakers are in turmoil too. I don't think they have all their pieces as well.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So they'll be, that should be interesting. Should be very interesting. Got some good games going on. So
I know there's a bunch of games tomorrow. Any notable ones that you're going to be watching?
Tomorrow, I will say Cavs Pistons. You know, I always like to see how the Cavs do since there are a few games in front of the Celtics.
Yeah.
But Suns and Thunder, I would see because I want to see if KD plays. Right. You know, if KD plays, if he doesn't, we'll see because you know, the whole trade deadline.
Yep.
Magic Kings, that's those are pretty even teams. So
yeah.
But yeah, nothing really stands out in my head like that. That's like important like today. Today's games are way more important than tomorrow.
Yeah, which is surprising because there's a bunch of games tomorrow, but none of them look really like they're.
Yeah, they're not like today. Today's are way more significant. Exactly. But they like to do that because Tuesdays and Thursdays is NBA on TNT. So you got Kenny, Shaq, you know, Charles, and EJ. Like you got to have the primetime games with them in the background. You know, like post game.
Right.
Those guys are legendary. Like, you know, I watch their show like religiously.
Definitely.
It's one of my favorite shows to watch.
They're funny.
Yes, exactly. You always know that Shaq will go at Chuck, and you know how it works.
Right.
One of my favorites, man. But yeah.
Well, speaking about greatness and the Bulls, yesterday. It was early this morning today. Michael Jordan's son got arrested and got charged with cocaine possession.
Which son?
It says the 34-year-old son was arrested. Marcus Jordan.
Oh no, he's the one dating Larsa Pippen, right?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Right.
Oh hell no.
So this happened in Central Florida, in Orlando area, basically he was driving his Lambo. I didn't know he has a Lambo, so he was driving his Lambo, and the police found him stuck on the railroad tracks. Like just a few minutes before, like the commuter train was supposed to drive through.
No way.
Yeah. So basically, it says the vehicle's tires were buried in dirt and rock from being spun repeatedly, according to the arrest report. Officials learned that Jordan had just fled from a traffic stop in a neighboring county.
That's why
they asked him to get out of the vehicle after smelling alcohol and noticing his slurred speech and confusion. They found great. Chance of what tested positive for cocaine, the arrest report said. Says Jordan, a former University of Central Florida basketball player, refused to talk to reporters when he was released Tuesday from the Orange County jail. So I guess he's released on bail right now, or on bond, you know. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah. So
God,
this kind of sucks. Luckily, this is not going to be a distraction for Jordan because he's not playing anymore, you know. So that doesn't really affect Jordan.
It affects his name, dude.
Yeah,
it affects his name.
tarnishing the name, but
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
I don't understand people, man. What?
I know. So, but yeah, that is what happened with Jordan's son. If you guys didn't know, he did get arrested this morning with cocaine and running away from the police.
But the fact that he got caught because he was already high and drunk on whatever, that's why he was stuck on railroad tracks. Jesus, man. Come on, bro. Like,
in a Lambo.
This is my point. So you fled because you fled a traffic stop, it said, and then you get stuck to boot. Like, it's like insult to injury, dude. Jesus, man.
That's karma at its finest.
Exactly. Like, bro, come on, man. And like obviously I wasn't all for this, but he was dating Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, Granted, she was like 30 years younger than Scottie Pippen. You know what I mean? Lots of Pippen. You know what I'm saying? So, but now I don't even know. I bet you that's out the door because of this.
Definitely.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, shout out to the 11 people watching us right now. Let's get into some political news. What's going on with Trump today, brother?
President Trump. We always got to have Trump news, but he wants to shut down the Department of Education. So Linda McMahon, he told Linda that he basically told her to put herself out of a job. He said, we spend more money like per pupil than any other country in the world, and we're ranked at the bottom of the list. So according to Elon and Doge, that's a big, like, a lot of the money's funded through the Department of Education. And, obviously, before 1979, when it started, we were like, America was number one in education. As soon as that started, it has dropped all the way to like 22 or 23 now, which is ridiculous. If we funnel that much money in that and we're not even number one or smart, what's going on, dude? So I get it. I get why you want to pull the plug, and I get why you want to, stop all the big money funneling through it, business-wise, that is.
Well, yeah, and Trump is saying that, he's trying to end radical indoctrination. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if Elon's looking at it from business, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're funneling all this money through here, which is great, education, I believe everyone should be educated. It's very true. I was blessed enough to go to excellent private schools and college, you know what I mean?
Right.
But also, like, we need to have people that are smart from it, you know what I mean?
Right.
From education. Like, you got to use it wisely, you know what I'm saying by that?
Right.
Yeah, so like, I mean, if we're funneling all this and we're number 23 and we were number one, what's happening? What is going on? There's something not right there. If we're spending all that money, people should be getting smarter.
And just to kind of give the Average Day Joe's community a little bit of a heads up of how much money we're actually spending in the education department. In 2024, the education department was allocated $241.7 billion.
Billion. Wow. Geez, look at that. 204, and we're number 22 or 23. Bro, that's a lot of money, dude. Jesus. Where is it actually going? That's what I want to know.
Well, it's like they said, it's going.
No, but that's what I mean. Think about that. 247 billion, and we're not number one in education. What the hell's going on? That's not right.
You've seen all the videos and stuff. That stuff that is happening in school now, and you have a good friend who's a teacher, and basically you kind of know, especially in the more liberal states, we're not teaching kids education anymore. We're teaching them ideology. We're teaching them their identification.
Clearly,
all these other things, So.
Clearly, yes, I do have a good friend in teaching, and I haven't talked with him in a good while, but I clearly know firsthand. So you're right about that.
So I mean, it is what it is. It's kind of sad that for so many years, I think the whole Department of Education was introduced in '79 by Jimmy Carter.
Exactly.
So, which ever since then has just been kind of going downhill. We're allocating so much money to this, to the department, and yet
should be number one, man.
Said, we're so lagging. I mean, look at all these all our jobs, like especially all these like engineering jobs and stuff,
Yeah.
We can't even hire like Facebook and all these like major companies. They can't even hire Americans because we have to hire outsourced,
Yeah.
people from
I
India,
know.
from China, from everywhere else because they're like 10 times smarter than all
Smarter.
these.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. That's what I mean. But we spend 240 billion and we're not number one.
Yeah,
Something's severely wrong.
exactly.
Severely wrong. So
Very,
yeah,
very
man.
sad.
Yeah, it is. It's yeah. But yeah, so I get why they're looking into it. I get why Elon was like, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? Looking into the funds. Like,
Yeah,
this is not adding up. What's going on here? Like,
exactly.
if you put money towards something, it better show. That's for anything, not just this, anything. If you're investing in something, you want the ROI. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Return on investment. You want that to be like, okay, this is excellent. I could keep putting money into this. Why? Because it's paying off.
no, exactly.
Exactly, man.
Well, speaking of ROI, which is return on investment for all of you that don't know,
Yes,
and
sir.
more Trump news. So Trump is about to take over the Gaza Strip. So
He what?
I don't know if you guys seen what the Gaza Strip looks like lately. I can show you definitely some video of it, but basically before I show you that video, let me just let you know what's happened. Trump wants U.S. to take ownership of Gaza and redevelop it after Palestinians are resettled elsewhere. So basically, they're trying to take.
Oh,
It's sad in a way because they're trying to take the land away from the Palestinians that have been there for centuries, and they're basically trying to turn it into the French Riviera of the Middle East because you do have the sea over there, the Dead Sea, and in the parts of Israel, if you go into Israel, they do have already a lot of like resort type towns along the Dead Sea. So it is a very it is a piece of real estate that I understand why Trump would want to do something like that. Do I agree with him? Not necessarily, but if it stops the wars and if they can redevelop it and not kick the Palestinians out, if the Palestinians are able to take ownership later on and somehow there's peace between Israel and the Palestinians there, I'm all for that because I mean, once I show you guys this video, you guys are going to understand like what is happening over there. It's pretty bad. Like you can't the Palestinians can't really even live there right now because of how torn down it is from all the wars that have been going on. So it's just
yeah.
a really war savaged area. Let me just read a little bit of these. It says the comments that were said came as talks are ramping up this week with the promise of surging humanitarian aid and reconstruction supplies to help the people of Gaza recover after more than 15 months of devastating conflict. Trump wants to push roughly 1.8 million people to leave the land they have called home and claim it for the U.S., perhaps with American troops for now, so that they can rebuild it. Trump outlined his thinking as he held talks with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House, where the two leaders also discussed a fragile ceasefire and hostage deal in the Israeli-Hamas conflict and shared concerns about Iran. So it says, I don't think people should be going back, Trump said. You can't live in Gaza right now. I think we need another location. I think it should be a location that's going to make people happy. Trump said the U.S. will take ownership of Gaza Strip and redevelop it after Palestinians are resettled elsewhere and turn the territory into the Riviera of the Middle East, in which the world's people, including Palestinians, will live. So I totally would agree with something like that, as long as the Palestinians could come back, because I don't believe that they should just kick people all, And now that they're rebuilding, that's okay, because we've seen what happened in like Iraq and stuff, where they try to rebuild the cities, and that was for a whole different purpose. But they tried to rebuild the cities, and they left the people there. And what were the people doing? They were going after their American soldiers, and basically, it took much longer efforts to rebuild things because we were getting kind of like taken out, by snipers and by IUDs and all this other stuff. So I understand where he's coming from in that sense. He also said, we'll make sure that it's done world class. Trump said it'll be wonderful for the people, Palestinians mostly we're talking about. So Trump is definitely thinking about the Palestinians. This is not, I'm sure that other news outlets are going to try to spin this a whole different way, where they're going to try to say, that Israel is going to basically be able to take over the whole place. But according to what Trump is saying as of right now, it does not look like that. It looks like he's thinking about everybody, and he just really. I totally understand, and I'm sure you understand too, Jay. This guy is a real estate mogul. He is very he's very enlightened when it comes to real estate and development. He knows all about it. So if anybody should do something like that while they're in office, it should be him. But like I said, it's definitely all comes down to that they make it fair for everybody, because it's not fair for one group of people to be able to control everything, and yet that's kind of what's been happening already. So we need to make it to where everybody's happy, and I think that if they do rebuild it and it's a beautiful place, I think that would also help with ceasefires and peace, because people will be more happier in their living condition as it goes.
Egypt. I get where he's going with that. You're right. I get where he's going with that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right?
It makes sense. The problem is what's been going on for 100 years.
Yeah.
You're telling them you have to move, and obviously he's telling Israel they have to move. And a U.S. is going to rebuild everything, but what are their guarantees for Palestinian people?
Right.
That's so I get where he's coming from, because it's money based. I get it. Hey, we'll funnel this, we'll do this, we'll rebuild it for you. Okay, what guarantees us our land back?
Yeah.
So it's tough, man. It's tough.
They're definitely going to have to make some kind of contracts with
exactly.
The
Exactly. You know what I mean? And obviously, yeah, it's tough, because obviously we always back Israel. You know that.
Yeah, exactly.
We always have. You know what I mean? So it's tough. I know Trump is someone who could get things done. Like you said, real estate mogul. He knows what he's doing, but it's just about trust, end of the day.
Exactly.
And that's tough, man. That's tough. That whole war has been going on 100 years, man. This is not anything new.
Right. The good thing is with Trump, though, is that he has had that ever since he's been in office, there has been a ceasefire in Palestine and Israel. I don't know if you noticed, but there has been no more even
because it's Trump
about this.
Remember last time he was in office, he had peace there.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean. This guy is, when he talks, he means business. So that's what I mean. Like you said, during this, I believe he could get stuff done. It's just a matter of trust.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. Yeah, exactly.
Because he's already been in office and he's done it before with peace.
Yeah.
And now he has also peace at this exact moment, even though Gaza is pretty much worn, it's pretty much almost uninhabitable at this moment.
That's crazy. Jesus.
I do feel that Palestinians, as long as like we said, there's some kind of contract or something on paper, I do feel that the Palestinians might be more inclined to go with this. And what Trump is trying to establish with, I believe it's Egypt and Jordan, is for them to actually take in the Palestinians in the meantime until it gets rebuilt.
Okay. Then that's what I mean. He's trying. I get it. So as long as he has stuff in place, then hopefully everything works out, man, because that's a tough situation.
Exactly.
It's a very tough situation, man.
And it's also going to depend on Israel too, because Israel, are they going to be okay with all this is a lot of pieces that they're going to have to put together for this to work.
It doesn't matter, dude. If President Trump's running this, they better listen. It's all that's what it comes. That's what I mean. That's what it comes down to. They can't just be like, oh no, now we declare war. This is ours. It doesn't work like that.
Exactly.
That's sacred land. That's what this is fought over. It's sacred land. You know what I mean? I know they want to redevelop it and everything. I get it. It's a war zone, but it's actually sacred land. Like what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, hopefully he can mediate and get everything going there, and have everyone just peace. You know what I mean?
The good thing is, as of right now, that the Israeli leader, the president of Israel, or the highest guy, he really likes Trump. They're okay. It's not like Trump is doing this without basically already I don't know his name. I don't want to murder his name, but Netanyahu. He's basically they're in agreement with all this as of right now. So this looks like it could be okay for Israel. Israel would commit to making this happen with Palestinian leaders.
It's not them I'm worried about. It's if Palestinians will trust Trump.
No,
it's a lot to ask for them to have to trust someone who's not the leader of their, country.
Yep.
You get it? So it's like, that's what I mean. Like you got to have full trust, like, so it's tough.
Yeah. And this is what I'm showing the video right now of what Palestine looks like right now. So I mean,
Jesus,
this is,
that's
this
crazy,
is definitely,
man.
It's not really inhabitable at this point. I mean, I'm sure there's some parts that haven't been like this bad, maybe.
That's
I'm
crazy,
not sure
man.
There, but yeah, it's just it's
can't have that, man.
So.
And I have Palestinian friends. I've known a lot of them, and I know you know a lot of them too.
Yep.
So I know they have people back home that just, like, that's tough.
Right.
That's tough, man. They've been going through bombs like this for a long time now.
I know.
And that's what I mean. Building something there that's like you said, like that, brilliant idea. It's just everyone has to be in agreement.
Right. And they need to get it done.
Yeah.
They need to get it done before, within 4 years, basically.
Yes, exactly.
So this is something they need to kind of start right away, because if they don't, then it's going to
it's all
linger
bad.
on. Who knows if whoever the next president will be later on after 4 years, what they're going to do.
That's what I'm saying, man. Now I understand because we've had 1,000 protests, and I was like, what? Why is everyone protesting? Now I get it.
Yeah,
I totally get it now. Damn, it's crazy.
It's really sad, what's happening over there. And
I know, that's what I mean, man. Like, but to make it a not war zone and make it like you said, resort type, money. Everyone's happy when money's funneling through. Everyone, you know what I mean? So I get where they're going with that. It makes sense.
Definitely. I mean, there'll be a lot more money from tourism. There'll be a lot more money coming into both countries.
Exactly. So where people will be like, damn, I could go visit. Oh, okay, cool. I could stay here. Exactly.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Hopefully they're in agreement.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure they will. And every US, like whenever the US enters into countries, it's always like we're gonna get some kind of kickback. I mean, that's always how it is,
Yeah, I know.
Whenever US is into something. But the difference that I see with Trump is that he's rebuilding something for the people, not just for US interest, where they're gonna take over. And basically, they're going to have all these loans that the Palestinian people can't repay. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like that. It looks like we're probably going to work with other Middle Eastern countries and Israel to basically be able to put all the money's going to come from different places, not just us. So
I hope so.
That'll be okay.
Hopefully, man. I hope so. It's a lot of hope right there, man. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, moving on to some financial news. I guess you were talking about you got on X trending some kind of thing.
Yeah, Zero Pad, bro. Zero Pad is trending. I was like, what is Zero Pad? Basically, it's a launch pad for meme tokens, man, and this is trending heavy. Everyone, it's trending really high. Everyone seems to think that as soon as Zero Pad drops, it's going to be. As soon as it drops, it's going to be pumping very hard because of the fact that there's zero fees. You get real earnings. There's no middleman, and it's full transparency. So hopefully, if this goes on with your crypto segment here.
Well, definitely. I did have one other news segment before I get.
No. I'm saying for crypto.
Definitely
crypto news.
This is cool, and me and you, we were even talking, previously before to make our own meme coin.
Exactly. Thank you. So. Exactly. And if we don't have to pay fees and stuff. Hey, man, I'm all for it.
That's perfect. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this could be this could be a game changer. I don't know much about it. Like I said, this is just trending really high right now on X. So I'm curious to do my research on it.
Definitely. There's going to be a lot of people creating meme coins. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. So it's going to be.
I already seen they got like a launch pad to create like AI bots, and you don't even need to have skills for like programming.
Oh, damn. So wow.
So they're coming out. It's getting easier and easier to do stuff like this, but then at the same time, that all comes into play with regulatory issues and you know what I mean? Like what are going to be the rules established for this now? Can everybody just pump and dump meme coins and it's going to be flooded on the markets? You know, like there's a lot of issues I see with this as well.
So. Well, there's like you said, there's going to be certain like regulatory things for sure. You know, it's not. I don't think it's going to be like, oh, anyone could create it. You know what I mean? It's going to be there's going to be guidelines in place. I'm sure of it.
Definitely.
I like to touch with is that Drake and you said was that Mr. Bean?
Mr. Bean right there, bro.
That's kind of funny, man. That's kind of funny. I'll take that.
I used to back in the day, and Talal, I'm so sorry if you're listening to this, but back in the day, Jay, I used to call Talal Mr. Bean. To me, he just looks like Mr. Bean, bro.
Oh Jesus! Oh, that's bad. He does. I see where you get the resemblance.
Except now he's bald, so you know.
Yeah, but I see where you get the resemblance, bro. Yeah. That's pretty funny, man.
And he had the same like facial. It was more like to the facial expressions. Like they definitely have very similar facial expressions. You know?
That's what makes it even funnier. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Mr. Bean, man. That guy's a legend in my book. You know what I mean? I used to watch him when I was like growing up as a kid and stuff.
Oh, that's hilarious, man.
He was one of the few people that can pull off the kind of comedy that he pulled off without really even saying word. Like,
right?
I don't know if you've ever seen his
You could just look at him, bro. You could just look at him and be
just
like,
the way he was, just the way that his expressions were just like made everything so funny. Like, you know,
Charlie Chaplin life, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And one of my favorite, the ones that I remember, one of my favorite episodes from Mr. Bean was when he, I don't know if you've seen this one, but he headbutted like the Queen of England or something like that on accident.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, super funny episode. Man.
I actually don't know that one offhand.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I got you. They might have to. It's funny how Drake has the Jordan symbol on his shirt too, huh? Isn't that kind of crazy?
Oh yeah, well you know Drake was sponsored by Jordan.
Oh,
so he had because OVO, he came out with his own Jordans at that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had a little Jordan like little sponsorship. Obviously, Drake was on top of a lot of things at that time. Yeah, right now, he's taking a hit because of Kendrick. You know that.
Yeah, I know. Super Bowl.
You know? Well, not only that, Kendrick, you know, Not Like Us, remember? And Kendrick just won a few Grammys for that song. And that song is killing Drake, as you know.
I know.
Like, I mean, you can't get more like he did it, you know, Kendrick's smart. He did it in a sense where he, you know, the way you diss someone nowadays compared to when we grew up, it was very different.
Well,
you know, you when Pac was dissing someone, you knew exactly what was going on.
Right.
You know, even when Cube was dissing someone, you knew like, oh hell no, did he just say that? Oh my god, you know what I mean? So Kendrick did it in a very artistic way, very smart, very lyrical, very okay, wow, like he's dissing them indirectly, but it was still, you know, tough.
Yeah,
you know, but our day it was a little different, man.
But in that song, that he made, he actually did not say. Did he say Drake's name? I don't remember.
No. But so everything he dropped was like, okay, I know who he's talking about. You know.
But why? Because there's so many other celebrities that kind of are in the same kind of situation right now. So why?
Because you know he dropped the whole Loverboy thing. He dropped the whole pedo thing, you know, because Drake was like he dropped a lot of things that were just, you know, because he's been going at Drake. Everyone knows this, and so he dropped little things just to know who you're talking about.
So because of previous already the way it was previously with them two, that Drake basically figured it was him because of the previous.
Everyone knows who he's talking about, especially, you know, with the whole like, you know, when he says A minor, you know what he's talking about, right? You know, Drake involved in, you know, the under, you know what I'm talking about. I don't even want to get into it.
Let me ask you: is that from what you understand? Is that the only person he's talking about, or does he talk about other? Yeah, so this is basically.
Well, and other. So he has other tracks where he's talking about other people, but that track especially, he's talking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's talking about Drake in that track specifically. Yeah, in other songs, he talks about other people, but in that one specifically, we're talking about You could even go to the extent maybe he's even talking about a lot of Drake's camp, but mostly that's all about Drake.
Okay.
All of it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Shout out to Kendrick for exposing without exposing.
That's see what I feel, and I feel I'm biased. I'm a West Coast cat, right? But it's just we do that type of stuff, man. You know, we do these things, man. You know, if you make us mad, we're gonna come at you. Except nowadays it's a little different. Like I said, back in the day, it was like full on, you know.
I got the perfect example for that. Back in the day, it was hit 'em up. Now it's
yeah.
You know what I mean? Is the Kendrick song.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying
like
Pac, Cube. Like when you listen to it, you're like, oh my God. Yeah. You knew you're like he was going straight at you. Nowadays, like Kendrick's from the West, but like I said, it's indirect.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I remember the first time I heard "Hit 'Em Up." I literally had like my hair rose up on my like arms and stuff, you know, because I was like I got like the chills because like holy like damn,
bro,
like, this
it's still on my gym playlist. When that comes on, I'm like, you want to go hard,
right?
You know. Right. And shout out right now, the Celtics just beat the Cavaliers. Like I told you, going to walk right into Cleveland and take that. Thank you. I just wanted you people to know that Celtics just beat them. Yeah, we know who the best team in the East is. Okay, we know this. Remember that, because we've given them 2 of their losses now this year. Remember that they've only lost like 8 games this whole year, or 9 games, something like that. Just remember, the Celtics have taken 2 of those from them.
That's why I don't want to bet you.
I was ready, bro. I said, let's throw it down.
I know. I've thought about it for a second. I'm like, but there's no way. There's no way they're going to win. Like, so why would I waste money like that?
What else I want? What else I saw? Because before the power went out, it was 35-15, and Cleveland was at home. You want to talk about imposing your will? 35-15. I was like, oh, this game's over. I already knew, because that's how you beat a team. You'd be like, oh, you think you're the best seed? Okay, we're going to come into your home. And they were up 35-15. I was like, yes. And then all the power just went out. I was like, hey, what happened?
Let me ask you, though, and this is not to diss. This is just me actually really wanting to know, because this is your team.
Yeah.
Tatum in the first 2 quarters, he was like super off. He was making air ball shots. Does he always take that long to get warmed up? Because
he's what they try to do with Jason Tatum is, you know, they want to get him warm, but he likes to be he's a second half guy. Yeah, he's definitely not. Usually the starting people, it's always KP, Porzingis. He's always the quick starter, you know, and then it usually goes D White, Jay Brown, and then Tatum's usually the one who carries the anchor. That's how it usually works.
So it just takes him a little bit to get warmed up, and then
always, and it probably has a lot to do with nerves, you know. But I like that because you got to have a closer,
right?
You know what I mean? It's important to have a closer. Jaylen Brown's pretty good at closing games too, but you know, it's Jason Tatum's team. We know this, so I appreciate if he comes through in the second half. That's more for me. You know what I mean?
And for the average day Joe's audience that doesn't know. What kind of affiliation did Tatum have again with Kobe?
Mentorship.
Mentorship?
Yeah, being mentored.
Okay.
Yeah, so Kobe mentored. He mentored a few people, not many, and Jason Tatum was one of them. He saw him in college. They were cool, because if you saw Tatum in college, he went to Duke. All the skills necessary, and then he even grew from college. You know, dude, he's a beast, dude. You know, he's like Durant. Like like height wise.
Yeah.
You know, he's not as tall as KD, but when you're like that big and you have guard moves, you know, and you could play guard or forward, it's pretty crazy. You know.
Who are the other mentorees that were, you know?
Kawhi's one. Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he was mentored by Kobe. I would say, I think Kyrie as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but not to the fullest degree. I don't remember, because Kyrie's always had handles too.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple people. But yeah, I'd say Kawhi, Jason Tatum. If you could think of anyone, I would.
I don't think that I don't think he mentored this person I'm about to mention, but I did see that they were pretty close, and that's actually Luka Doncic. Him and Kobe.
Yeah, I'm not going with that. I don't think he mentored him at all.
Not that he mentored him, but they were pretty close. Like I know that after the games, that's especially if they were playing against the Lakers or something, that Luka would come up to him and they would like
I believe it
type thing. So
I believe it.
Yeah. So I definitely that's even if it was kind of a blindsided move to get Luka onto Lakers. I think in a way it's gonna kind of let that legacy live on, and by Doncic, because Doncic is going to be like, oh, okay, now I have to represent. You know what I mean? He's going to have to play to a whole other level than he played for before. So
like I said, you guys are you got a good future with Doncic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but right now, you ain't winning nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we still got 2 days before the trailer. Who knows who else we get? But if
I wouldn't be surprised. I'll tell you this: I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Dallas again against the Celtics in the finals. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll tell you this though, but I only see that if actually like that whole trade you were talking about.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If KD goes there, that's all I'm saying. If KD went there, if he doesn't, then they're still good enough. They're still good enough in the West, but then there's Jokic's team. There's the Thunder. There's the Grizzlies. There's a lot of teams in the West.
Definitely.
So they're going to duke it out in their little rumble. Definitely. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you this much though. But if somehow the Lakers could pull off and get DeAndre Ayton, I definitely see. I'm not saying that they might win the championship at all, or that they can even hang against the Celtics. But I do see that they're going to move up in the rankings a lot quicker than either going down or being neutral. They're going to definitely.
I'll tell you this, bro. DeAndre Ayton's a great player, right?
Yeah,
he's good. I will root for the Lakers to get to the finals because I'll tell you this: if they play the Celtics, they won't get one game. Not one game. Okay. I don't care if the NBA even said it; they'd be swept.
I got you.
They don't have any talent compared to the Celtics. And I mean, not in a mean way, but it's not even close. You would have to put Luka Doncic to play defense on one of those players on the Celtics. Good luck. Even LeBron would have to play defense. Good luck.
Well, if it comes down to that, then I got like a $60 bet on you that they will win at least one game. I bet you on that one for sure.
They're gonna win one. I got one.
I'll take that bet all day, man.
Hey, man, I'll take a sweep, dude. I would bet on the Celtics to sweep them. That's how confident I am. It won't even be close.
We'll see once it gets to that point.
I'll root for the Lakers to get to the finals. Like, come on! Yeah. You'll see them swept by the Celtics without a doubt. It won't even be close.
We'll keep the Average Day Joes community. We'll keep them updated on this one once that happens.
And, for sure. I'll root for the Lakers. Like I said, my pick at the beginning of the year was to see. I thought OKC would come out of the West.
Yeah.
I don't think they have enough now, but because of what happened with Dallas.
Right.
So we'll see. It's going to be one of those top. You never know. You can't even count Jokic out. I like Jokic a lot.
Definitely.
So
you heard it here first, Average Day Joes. Jay will bet me that they're going to sweep if it does come down to that. So.
If the Lakers make the finals, for sure.
This episode, if you try to deny this bet now.
Oh, for sure, without a doubt, man. I'll take my squad all day to sweep that team easily. And the only reason, if you even would win that, is because the NBA would be like, dude, we need you to give them one game.
Right.
And that's for so that fans can watch. Yeah, so they could have some revenue here. Because that won't even be close. If those were the two teams in the finals, it won't even be close.
All right. Well, we'll see about that one. We'll see. Definitely, we got we're getting way ahead of ourselves as of right now. So we shall see.
What I can guarantee you, the Celtics are going to be in the finals. That's a fact. It's your squad that I need to see.
I know.
Remember that the Celtics will be in the finals. They're going back to back. This has been called. Everyone knows this.
Right.
Everyone knows this. They ran through teams last year. This year, yes. Just remember that.
I do remember us beating you guys like a couple of weeks ago, so that's one thing I can say.
Wow. I'm glad you won during the season. Wow. Oh, my God. You know what I mean? Oh, your center's gone. Oh, okay.
I'm saying if we get Aiden, then we got even a center that can play defense.
Oh, you think he's better than Anthony Davis? Is
Not
that what you're
offensively,
telling me?
but defensively.
Anthony Davis is the most talented center in the league, without a doubt.
Sure.
Obviously, he gets hurt every year. We know this. But offense and defense, there's not more skilled person in the NBA than him. Like, I'm talking about just from the standpoint of talent.
That I truly agree with you on that one, but he's soft, and that's the problem, you know?
Yes, I totally agree. But he does play D, and he has excellent defense. I guarantee you the Mavericks will beat them, the Lakers, for sure, without a doubt.
We'll see.
Without a doubt.
We shall see.
You don't have any defense anymore. Your whole defense went out the door. Because it wasn't just, they didn't just lose Anthony Davis. They lost Max Christie, their other defensive person.
Yeah. But he never really played that many games anyway. So
no, he's a kid. He's a kid, but he was learning. It was like, okay, this guy's good on defense.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I did it. I wasn't going to mention this, but now that we're talking about this anyway, I'm just going to mention it really quick. I don't know if this is going to happen, but I did also hear some trade news for the Lakers that we might try to pick up Kuminga from the Warriors. So just FYI for the AverageDayJoes community, if you're a Lakers fan, this might be something that is also in the works right now. So don't be surprised.
Who would they get back?
That I didn't know the exact details. It was just a quick little headline.
Because they're gonna, I know they're gonna shop Kuminga because I don't even like Kuminga honestly, but they could get good pieces for him because he's a young kid who's coming up. Exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. So who would they get back? Who would the Lakers give up?
Maybe Connect and a future pick. I don't know. So
okay. All right.
Me personally, I don't know if I would do that because I seen Connect play the other day, and I'm not sure how consistent he is, but he looked pretty good for them, and he's super young too. So
he's a rookie, bro. He's young.
So I don't know if that'd be a good trade, but I think Kuminga is a little bit more established than Connect is.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they've been grooming him for like the past few years. He's probably his third or fourth year now.
Right.
So they've been trying to get him to take that step because he's behind Wiggins. Right. Now they've been trying to start him. I see what the Dubs were trying to do, but I don't think I never saw that he was that good. Not trying to be mean, but he was cool, but to take that next step, be like, oh, he's the next, I never saw it.
Yeah.
So
who knows? I mean, LeBron, whoever goes to Lakers is going to have a great mentor by the name of LeBron. So who knows what's going to happen, because that everybody's going to have to step up. Whoever goes to the Lakers at this point has to step up their game to be able to play with Doncic and LeBron together, So that's a fact.
All
right, guys. Well, let's move on because we went into like 2 sports sections. I want to share with you guys some international news that's kind of serious. So basically, in Sweden today, there was a mass shooting. 10 people are dead, and this was on some kind of like college campus thing. So Prime Minister declares worst mass shooting in Swedish history after gunman kills 10 people in campus shooting. The Swedish police are still trying to identify the culprit. They do not know who shot him, but basically they think that one of the people, the person that was actually responsible for the shooting, might have been injured himself, and they took him him to the hospital. So they're trying to figure out who the shooter was, but as of right now, they do not know. They think that it is one of the people they took to the hospital. So it's going to be one of those mysteries that they have to figure it out. The condition of those injured remains unclear, and it is not known whether the shooter is among them. Police say the shooting took place at the Risbergska school in Örebro, Sweden. They are urging local residents to stay away from the area. Police have not identified the deceased, and they still say that they believe the shooter to be among those transported to the area hospital. The Risbergska is an adult education center meant for those who did not complete primary or secondary school. The school also offers Swedish language classes for migrants, so they're not sure yet also if this might have been something of more of like a terrorist act where they were going after, people, because there has been an influx in Europe, with the whole immigration. So that could be also part of maybe something that why the shooting took place. But as of right now, it is unclear. The police are saying that this is not a terrorist act, that they don't believe this is a terrorist act at this moment. And this is a little map. That's pretty much what it says about that. That there was 10 gunshots, but this is a map of Sweden and where this actually happened. If you guys can see that. And that being said, I just wanted to share that with you. It is some international news, kind of serious. So sucks. Shout out, RIP. Shout out to everybody that that is able to survive there, and RIP to everybody that did not survive. This is very tragic for Sweden. I pray for all the people in Sweden to get through this. It's always sad to hear any kind of school shooting like this, especially with younger people who are just coming up in the world and trying to make it on their own type thing. So, yeah, just we pray for you guys, and we have you in our prayers and our hearts. That being said, let us go, and maybe this might not even be appropriate at this moment, but we're gonna do it anyway. So let's. What is the movie of the day, Jay?
Oh, it's great. Oh man, that's actually weird
So
because I'm
I know what it is. But
oh, you do? Yeah. When the power came back on, I was like, oh damn, I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies. It's called Shooter.
Yeah.
It's
exactly
it's just crazy. It's crazy how things work because it's Mark Wahlberg. So Mark Wahlberg movie, one of my favorite movies. Honestly, like I didn't even like it. It basically chose me because once the power came on, that's what was on. I was like, hey, I like this one. You know what I mean? A lot.
Definitely.
It's one of my favorites, man. But so I most of his movies I like. I don't dislike any of his movies. So, but this is one of my favorite ones.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
He's always been a guy. He's always been like one of those actors who I kind of grew up with, and I was a fan of his when he was Marky Mark in the Funky Bunch. You know what I
mean? You like those good vibrations?
Yeah, good vibrations, because he was one of the few, he was one of the first dudes that was of his time. He was ahead of his time. He had a rap song at this time. This was he was like the Eminem of our era. You know what I mean?
Well, he was more than that because he was rapping, he was acting, modeling, he was doing everything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
I don't know. I really liked him, and almost every movie he does is always
he's solid, man.
So
always has good movies, man. Like I can't think of a bad movie Mark Wahlberg has done.
Exactly. So
can
you and on top of that, he has a famous brother who was in. If you guys don't know, he's from the New Kids on the Block. So Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh, you're talking about Donnie?
Yeah. So he actually has he has 3 brothers? Donnie, Paul, and Scott.
Yeah, exactly.
3 brothers. And Paul is the one that created the Wahlburgers, right?
Wahlburgers.
So, have you ever tried that restaurant or no?
Yeah.
How is it compared to
it's well, compared to it's more of a sit-in. So compared to In-N-Out and Five Guys, it's more of a, it's like I said, it's more you want to sit down. You know what I mean? It's more of a sit-in place, So yeah, it would be more along the Five Guys levels. You know what I mean?
Okay. So
or even Shake Shack, Five Guys. Even I would say, I don't know if people know, but Nations.
Yeah.
Similar to those levels. So it's a sit-in.
What would you compare their burger to Five Guys burger though? Because Five Guys is a pretty damn good burger, super juicy.
Yeah. So but it's similar. I'm talking about the size. You know what I mean?
Size.
If you for me, if I want a bigger burger, I'll go to a Nations, or even me, I like to go to this place in West Portal that specializes in burgers. Right. You know what I mean? Because I like my buffalo burger. You know what I mean?
So you would say it's kind of as juicy as a Five Guys burger? Is it that good?
Yeah, for sure. It's good. It's not bad at all. You know what I mean? It's not bad at all. It's a good spot. Okay. Yeah, but I'd say it's a little more bigger. I don't know if it's as juicy as you're saying, because Five Guys burgers are very juicy.
They're very juicy.
That's what I mean. No, because it's more it's cooked a little different.
Okay.
You know what I mean? More, like I said, that's why I said more like a Nations burger, or even a Shake Shack, or or a sit-in burger place.
Let me ask you this then: if you had a choice between Five Guys or Wahlburger burger, which one would you go to?
If I wanted something, say, quicker, I would go to Five Guys. If I want to sit down, relax, talk, I would do Wahlburger.
Okay, but what about just for quality of the burger? Nothing, like none of the other reason. Just quality of the burger.
It honestly would depend on my level of hunger because I do like the fries at Five Guys.
Oh, I love those fries, man.
That's what I mean. So on my hunger level, if I feel like fries like that, I'll go there.
Okay.
Like I said, but I'm very if I feel just like a regular burger, not as juicy, I'll go to Wahlburgers. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Wahlburgers is solid, dude. It's not a bad place at all.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So give us the gist of of Shooter, the movie. What is it about?
So basically he Mark Wahlberg, he's like special forces.
Mm-hmm.
And basically he comes back to America. He had a whole thing done, you know what I mean? Because they basically hired him to do dirty work, you know what I mean? So in America, they basically use him to plan a murder, an assassination. And so he's like, they just want him to help out. And so he ends up helping out. And then what do they end up doing? They try to blame him for the actual murder of the Archbishop. Oh. And so he knows how to survive, you know. He's actually shot a couple times and then he has to give himself his own IV. It's an intense movie. But then he has to figure out how to prove his innocence.
Right.
A very, very excellent movie. You know what I mean? So
1 through 10, what would you rate
it? 9, 8 or 9 for sure. Yeah, without a doubt, because it's definitely a good movie. Definitely a good movie. It's one of his better ones, I would say, because he has a lot of good movies.
Definitely. That's for sure. So let me ask you, out of all his movies that you kind of know, what is your favorite one of Mark Wahlberg's?
Oh man,
favorite Mark Wahlberg movie?
I'm kind of biased because I like all his movies. You know what I mean? He has so many good movies. But my favorite one, I'll have to go with Italian Job.
Dude, I knew you were gonna say that.
You don't understand. Like ever since when that movie came out, I was like, man, it's like one of my favorite movies, dude. It's always been. Definitely. It's always been. But he has excellent movies, dude. Like Shooter's one of my favorite. Like I can say this is another favorite. You ever seen Four Brothers? Oh man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Another excellent one, dude. Like when we grew up, obviously, I don't know if you saw Fear with Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
He played the crazy boyfriend and ex-boyfriend. That was a great one. Like that's what I mean, man. This dude has way too many movies.
I know. It's hard to pick with him because he has so many good movies.
That's what I mean. And then as I got older, like Ted. Oh my God, bro. Are you kidding me? If I want a funny one, dude, like you can't get much better than that, man.
Yeah.
Dude has just if you look at his movies, it's impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
I would say for me, my favorite movie of Mark Wahlberg. It's like you said, it's super tough because he has so many. I'm gonna say 2 because both of these are really ones that I really like.
I want to know which ones. I want to know.
I'm gonna go with The Departed. I thought he was really good in that movie.
That's one of my favorite movies too.
Yeah,
I totally forgot he was even in it because there's so many actors. That's a great movie.
I know that's such a great cast. So
damn, that's a great movie. That's a great one. Good pick.
So I'll say The Departed, and then the second one I would say.
A great pick.
This is so tough. But the second one I would say I really enjoyed. I would say Contraband.
I knew you were gonna say. I knew it because that was one of the ones I was gonna say too. But I was like, all those other ones are way in front. But Contraband's a great movie.
Because Contraband, to me, it was. I was thinking about Contraband and also Max Payne.
Oh, okay.
But I really liked Contraband a little bit more than Max Payne because Max Payne was kind of a little bit like AIG or whatever they call it. I forgot how you say that, but. So Contraband was more like a realistic type movie, and I think
for sure.
I think his name was actually Chris in the movie, which was my name, so made it even better.
Yeah, and that had Kate Beckinsale in it, so I get it. I totally get it. Get it.
Let me ask you, most underrated movie that you would say of his?
underrated? Jesus. That's hard because all his movies are popular. Underrated. Oh man, that's a tough one, man.
It is a tough one.
Um,
We're here for the Average Day Joes community to make these tough decisions for them.
I'll say, oh Jesus, man, it's too Lovely Bones.
Lovely Bones. I never even heard of it. So that.
Oh man, it's based. Yeah, it was based on a true story. Like, basically, he has a whole family. He's in a suburban community, And yeah, this one went under the radar because it was kind of scary. So basically, one of his daughters gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
And like obviously, I don't want to give it away, but she ends up dying,
Yeah.
And he doesn't know what happened. No one knows in the neighborhood what happened.
Oh,
and then he gets these premonitions, and like his family just feels it, and like they end up finding out who did it, and it ended up being someone very close to them.
Oh wow.
And it went under the radar because it was actually a like kind of scary but suspenseful movie.
Yeah.
But that's what I would say because it was under the radar because I don't know if a lot of people heard of that one.
Okay.
And he was the dad in it, basically.
I got you.
Yeah.
I do want to, before I do my underrated, I do also want to mention, because this is not underrated, but I do want to mention this movie because I thought it was a great one. But at first I was kind of like, I almost didn't even want to watch it. But after I watched it, I was like, wow, this was a good movie. And that's based on the true story also. Rockstar from 2001.
I don't know that one.
Okay, so it might be underrated a little bit. But Rockstar, basically, it's like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't think it is based. It is, maybe it is not based on a true story, but it is a movie where he basically becomes like the lead like singer for a group, and he takes advantage of that, you know what I mean? And basically it's a great movie if you're into like rock and roll. It's a great movie to watch. I don't think it's underrated because I do know a lot of people that watched it.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I would check that one out if you haven't seen it. It's like I said though, you got to be more it's like a super rock and roll movie, you know what I mean? Like you got to be into rock and roll. And saying that, I do also want to say, before I go into what I believe is his most underrated movie, I do also want to give another mention about one of the funniest movies that I think he came out with, because like you mentioned Ted, which was a super funny movie. He also does have like some other funny movies like Daddy's Home and Pain and Gain was kind of funny. I don't know if you've seen that one with The Rock.
It was oh yeah, are you kidding me? Pain and Gain? It's come on, Lugo.
Exactly. So those were kind of funny, you know. I mean, he did play kind of like a dumb, like they were kind of dumb in that movie, but they played.
Yeah,
funny.
but that was based on a true story.
Yeah, I heard about that
in Miami.
Yep.
It was funny, but it was also like, are they serious?
Definitely.
Remember, it was murder.
Murder, yeah.
That's an actual true story. What happened? That's crazy. That was a crazy one.
But I would say one of my top pick for his funniest movie that he came out with was him and Will Ferrell and the other guys.
Yeah. Well, there's an iconic part in that movie where he talks about Priuses.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh man.
I know you remember that part. I don't want to say it on air, but every time I think about that movie, that's the part I think of. It's like, are you really serious right now? Remember when he's inside?
Right. So that the whole way that they have the whole like conversations of both him and Will Ferrell, like on that movie, every single line is almost like so freaking funny. Like I couldn't like, and on top of that, they have what's her name,
Eva Mendes.
Eva Mendes in that movie. Oh my god! So yeah, just you guys want to watch a funny movie by Mark Wahlberg, and especially because Will Ferrell's in that one, you guys got to definitely check out the other guys because that's one of his.
That is pretty funny, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. But that being said, I would say as it comes to underrated, and I think I mentioned this one to you before, actually, when you had a Leonardo movie, but he's also in this movie, and I would say I'm going to say two, but this one would be Basketball Diaries again.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's old school. That's right. Yeah, that's an old school one.
1995, but he was in that movie too, and he definitely, that was like one of his first movies coming up, and I thought that was a great movie, especially if you're into basketball, which you can definitely tell we are because we're always talking about it. But I'll actually mention two more because I do want to say I do want to say another he's just such a good actor to me. But
I
another
know, believe
underrated
me,
one,
I'm with you.
yeah, another underrated one I would say I'm sure you might have seen this one, but The Big Hit. I
Of
thought that was a
course,
pretty good underrated
that had a
movie.
good cast too. Very
Very
good
good.
cast.
And last but not least, I don't think you've seen this one because I kind of know you, and I don't think you've seen this one. But that will be his newest movie that he came out with, unless there's a newer one, but I don't see one, and that would be Joe Bell from 2020.
No,
You
Joe
haven't seen
Bell.
it. So Joe Bell is
No.
based on a true story, and basically he is like a guy from Texas, like he's working super hard. His daughter goes off to school in like Europe, and she gets caught up. She gets caught up in some in like a murder type thing too, and basically they blame the daughter for it. She goes to jail, so he has to figure out a
In
way to.
Europe?
Yeah. This was
Oh
in Europe,
wow.
in France. So he basically has to figure out a way to. He has to figure out a way to get her to get her innocence proved, and get her back home. So I'm not gonna say more than that.
Wow.
That's kind of the plot of the movie and what happened. But yeah, that was definitely a movie where it's not really like an action movie. He does a lot of action movies. That's not really one of those action movies. It's more like you got to pay attention. It's like I'll say like a
Wow.
suspenseful crime drama, but it has a very big twist at the end, which I love, and it makes it worth watching. So I
I'll
definitely would.
definitely watch that. I've never even heard of it.
Yeah,
Joe Bell?
I would say watch Joe Bell if
Wow.
you have. Yeah. So yeah, I think those are the most notable ones. He did also come out like we were saying a lot of good ones where he plays actors like from based on true stories.
Yeah.
So I think the one last one I should mention that was that kind of movie was The Fighter. I definitely liked
Oh,
that
that was
movie.
an excellent movie. I love that one. That
Yeah,
also had Christian Bale in it. That's why.
yeah, Christian Bale and him were in that one
Yeah.
too.
That was a
So,
really good movie. I remember that one. That was an excellent movie.
and since you are watching a war movie, I will also one more mention would be Lone Survivor.
Might as well just name his whole catalog.
I know,
Jesus,
right?
man. The dude has just hella good movies, man.
But you've seen Lone Survivor, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that
For
was
sure.
like
That's
based in
another good
was
one.
him based in Afghanistan or no, I think it was Afghanistan, right, where he was based. Like he was part of
I
like an
think
elite
it
squad.
was, yeah, it
Yeah,
was somewhere out in the Middle East, I believe. I just can't
yeah,
remember where.
right. So I would mention that as a, like a war movie of his. I definitely think
Yeah,
that's one of the better true story ones. So
of course, man.
all right, well let's get off of Mark Wahlberg's jock. Let's move on.
Definitely an excellent actor, though, man, for sure,
Definitely,
without a
definitely.
doubt. And you know, he is a Celtics and Patriots fan. Just
I
letting you
know.
know.
Well, he's from
Just throwing
Boston.
that out there. Just throwing that out there. I
Makes
just thought I
sense.
thought I'd let you know. Thought I'd let you know.
I totally understand. Maybe one of his brothers isn't. Maybe Donnie's not. Maybe he's a Lakers fan for all we know. Who knows?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
That being said, let us move on to some crypto news. Shout out to the 20 people watching us right now. And your dog looks so funny right now. What's he doing, bro?
What are you doing? He's scratching. Why are you scratching? Why are you scratching? Oh, I got your toy. Go ahead. Crypto news. Crypto news.
Crypto, what we got going
Crypto
on
news.
today. So crypto is again down a little bit from yesterday. We were at like 100,000 yesterday. We went back down to Bitcoin being at 98,131. It is down 2.54% in the last 24 hours. Then we have our biggest altcoin, Ethereum. It is sitting at 2,732. It is down 2.36% in the last 24 hours. Our total market cap as a whole is 3.22 trillion. It is down 3.56% in the last 24 hours. Our fear and greed index is still at neutral, 45, but it is right on that cusp of fear. So people are starting to sell or get liquidated. And the Bitcoin dominance, you are sitting at 60%. The Ethereum dominance, you guys we're sitting at 10% right now, 10.26% to be exact. Our top 5 trending coins, we have number 1, Melania, which is Trump's wife's name. She is that the coin is sitting at $1.64. It is up 11.39%. Number 2 trending coin, you got Qtum. It is down 0.84% in the last 24 hours. We have number 3. I guess they're trying to mimic XRP, but the coin is actually called XPR. It is.
What?
It is. Yeah, we have it's a coin. I never heard of it, but it's a number 3.
XPR.
Yeah, it's called XPR. So that one, do your due diligence. I have no idea what this coin is, but it is up 0.63% in the last 24 hours. Number 4, you got BAN, which I never heard of as well, but it looks like the logo is a banana, so it probably has something to do with banana. That one is actually up 40% in the last 24 hours. Number 5 trending coin is Alpha. You guys are down 43% in the last 24 hours. That being said, let us go over our top gainers of the day. Top gainers, the top 5 gainers. Number 1, you got Dojo again. Dojo has been in the news recently, and that one is up another 1,427% in the last 24 hours. Number 2, again, which we've been going over, is Wedgie. Wedgie kind of looks to me almost like the other meme coin that is Floki, but this is called Wedgie, and it looks like it's a cat in one of the in a barbarian hat. And that one is up 1,347% in the last 24 hours. Number 3, we also talked about, is Flaky. Flaky has been in the news recently, sitting at 1,265% up in the last 24 hours. Number 4 is the FU coin. FU. That one is up 1,217% in the last 24 hours. Number 5 is CADX. CADX has been in the news recently too, and that one is up 1,112% in the last 24 hours. If I can go through a little bit of the coins to see if there's any mentionable ones that I can tell you guys about. Trump with hat is up 423%. You got MAGA up at 324%. That being said, I don't really see any other ones that we've been mentioning or that I would even want to mention so that you don't get rug pulled. This one is kind of funny, so I'll mention it. Number 38. I'll mention these two because they both look kind of funny. Number 38, you got Coconut Chicken, CCC. It is up 57% in the last 24 hours. Yeah, brother, Coconut Chicken, if you're into coconut chicken. And number 39, which I never seen before, but it's kind of funny. I'm going to mention it. Oh, actually, I'll mention even one more because I found that one funny. But number 39, you got one WBS, which stands for White Boy Summer. So White Boy Summer, you guys are up 57%. And this is the whole reason we were talking about with that whole platform we're talking
Launchpad?
about. Yeah. Where you can, as of right now, that one is not there yet, but look at the kind of meme coins that people are coming up with. So I'm just letting you guys know, because White Boy Summer's market cap is at $443,000, bro. So it's not going to be something that I see. They might have a good White Boy Summer, and that's it. You know what I mean? The winter is going to be not so summer anymore. So one other one, one other meme coin. One other meme coin. I'm going to say they created a meme coin called ICE, which is Immigration Customs Enforcement.
Oh, my God. Oh, and Jesus.
That one is up 59% in the last 24 hours. So,
oh, my God.
There's other funny ones. There's one like Fart Boy, but I mean, we mentioned these before. Fart Boy is actually, it has a pretty solid market cap. It's sitting at like
oh my God,
45 million right
Bless
now.
You. Bless you.
But yeah, that is pretty much our crypto news. Just FYI, guys. The reason why I believe that it has dropped a little bit, it is not going up. I did read some crypto news earlier, and they're just literally talking about that they had a meeting in the U.S. and the person that's in charge of creating the whole like Bitcoin reserve. He had a meeting today, but he didn't really mention anything about the reserve. Instead, he was talking more about other things, and that basically they're saying that kind of led to market speculation of not, instead of like having the rally keep moving up, they're basically saying that, because he didn't really mention anything about the Bitcoin reserve, or basically that's basically what this is about right now, and that I think it's creating a little bit of fear in the crypto market, in the whole market as a general. It's kind of creating some fear because we're not, even though we're trying to create this whole reserve thing, for Bitcoin, it's kind of not happening. But don't get us wrong, there is a whole bunch of demand for Bitcoin, so don't sell your coins because You got a whole bunch of states buying up, they're making their own Bitcoin reserves. You still got, other companies like strategy. They're still buying up a bunch of Bitcoin, even though recently they did pause because they saw that it was going down a little bit, but they are always, looking to buy. And you got BlackRock with its ETF, and they're buying Bitcoin. They're like one of the few big holders of Bitcoin. So just keep the diamond hands, guys. Do not sell. Do not fall into the hype of selling, because that's what they want you to do. And then you lose all your money. Right now, you have to understand the thing about any of the coins that you're holding on to, as long as they're somewhat solid to your belief, they don't have a super low market cap. You got to understand that whatever price you bought it at, this is the perception of the people that the value is at. You hold the same amount of shares no matter if it goes down or up from whatever you bought it at. So once it goes up again, you still hold those shares the same amount, and you will make those significant gains once we're in a total bull market again with the coins going up. So that being said, let us move on to the weather for tomorrow. Let us see what tomorrow has in store for us, because we do travel here. I know Average Day Joe's community, you guys are well traveled, so we want to let you know what is in store for you guys tomorrow. Let me pull up the map for you guys. For tomorrow's forecast, the coldest, if you're going to go anywhere, is to Montana. Again, Cut Bank, Montana will be at -2 degrees with partly cloudy conditions. If you guys want to escape the cold and into the warmest part of the U.S., you guys would have to travel down, it looks like, to Brownsville, Texas, which will be sitting in partly cloudy at 82 degrees. Miami's not far off, sitting at 78 degrees with partly cloudy. So either two of those destinations are good. If you guys are on the West Coast, you would have to escape to Phoenix, which is at 80 degrees, nice and warm there too. That being said, our temperatures starting from west going to east, we got Seattle will be rainy tomorrow, 39 degrees, which is same as Medford, Oregon. Then we got San Francisco, milder, with tomorrow will not be raining. So if you guys are traveling to San Francisco tomorrow, you do not need your raincoats. It will be partly cloudy with 56 degrees. But if you're traveling into LA or San Diego, you will have rain there, and it'll be sitting at 62 degrees. Las Vegas, 74. Salt Lake City, you guys will be raining at 55 degrees. Denver, you guys will be chilly wind with 67 degrees. Albuquerque will be nice and mild at 70 degrees. You got Dallas sitting at 77. Houston, you guys will be hazy, but at 80 degrees. Kansas City will be raining at 36 degrees. Then you got Minneapolis. It will be snowing at 27 degrees. Chicago, you guys are going to be cloudy at 33 degrees. St. Louis will be at 40 with rain. You got Memphis, they'll be raining at 64 degrees. Then you got Tampa, hazy at 81. Atlanta, you guys will be at 69 with cloudy conditions, as well as Charlotte, cloudy, 56 degrees. If you guys are going up more north, you guys in Washington will be at 39 degrees with cloudy conditions. New York, you will be partly cloudy with 37, and Boston, which is Jay's favorite city, accordingly, will be sitting at sunny conditions with 27 degrees. That is our weather for today. It looks like the whole southern states are warming up, so anywhere on the south will be warm, and we still have a little bit of cold on the northern more fronts, but it is shaping up to be warmer and warmer from what it looks like. So that is our weather. Let us go over for tomorrow's horoscope forecast. We want to let you know what will be in store for you guys tomorrow as you guys' day is progressing. Shout out to the 23 people watching us, and let us go over the astrology news for you guys. So tomorrow, we always start off with the first house of the zodiac, which is my sign, Aries. Tomorrow, your relationship uncertainty develops from communication problems between your partners. Silence from your partner or business associate should not lead you to doubt their intentions, so you should address it immediately. Use kindness together with curiosity to create connections across communication gaps. Then we got our Taurus. A perfect career advancement opportunity has the potential to materialize now. The timing will work in your favor when you ask for a raise or apply for your dream job. That's good news for you, Taurus. Shout out to you guys if you guys get that raise. And we got our Geminis. Romantic energy will naturally expand to your charismatic qualities while making you more appealing to others. During this period, you should take advantage of romantic opportunities to share your passionate feelings in meaningful ways that create deeper emotional connections. Then we got our Cancer. A loved one who behaves differently than usual will likely make you wonder if they need help. When you have concerns, provide gentle ways to help them rather than allowing suspicions to grow. Then we got Leo, J sign. Someone who lives far away will brighten your day through their heartfelt phone call or message. Your loved ones will use their words to help you remember how deep your bond is and their constant support in your life. And then we got
Wow.
our Virgo. Your ability to manage money will surprise you while your logical thinking skills become more apparent. Your newfound confidence will shine when you explore real estate investments or create financial strategies that because you understand how to handle these financial matters. Then we got Libra. Your creative energy will rise to new heights, propelling you toward innovative pursuits. You can create career advancement strategies alongside developing projects because there are endless opportunities. We have our Scorpio. Your adaptability during unexpected guest visits will transform an unanticipated disruption into an interesting memory for everyone involved. Your ability to handle spontaneous situations with warmth will create meaningful memories. Then we got Sagittarius's. Technology is your professional foundation and will expand its impact throughout your career. The opportunities created by technology demand your acceptance and skill development to maintain leadership in your field. Then we got our Capricorns. Your carefully planned day of work productivity could be disrupted by urgent work requirements that require your immediate response. The initial shock of unexpected changes will be easier to handle because your ability to remain composed will allow you to solve problems effectively. Then we have our Aquaries. The current time offers an ideal opportunity to start evaluating career transition possibilities since the prospect of professional change feels increasingly attractive. Then, last but not least, we have our Pisces. A spontaneous travel invitation will transform your daily pattern and introduce exciting new possibilities. Open your heart to the opportunity. It could create memorable discoveries, memories. So that is our astrology for tomorrow. So just to help guide you guys along your way to on tomorrow's day, which will be Wednesday, we definitely just want to keep you guys a little updated with what should be happening with the whole planetary alignments of your signs. That being said, let us move on to our conspiracy of the day. Jay, what do you have for us, brother?
Well, today conspiracy will be about, is the Earth hollow? I was doing a little research the other day about hollow Earth,
Okay.
and I was you know how we always talk about Admiral Byrd, and how he went on his expedition.
To Antarctica?
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, basically in his like private journal, he talked about an entrance in Antarctica, like he found that supposedly went to the Hollow Earth civilization. And I was like, oh damn. So I wanted to delve more into it. So it's like it says there's two entrances, one from the north and one from the south, both poles, and then there was even someone else that said there was one in the Himalayas as well. And I was like, damn, man, like supposedly in Earth is called the kingdom's called Agartha.
Uh,
It's said to be located deep in the Earth's core. So I was
right.
like, damn, man. So that, yeah. So I was just like, damn, I wonder, you know what I mean? I wonder if like, if that's really, in there. I'm curious,
Yeah.
because I always hear random things about stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, is the Earth hollow? That's that's what I wanted to delve into today. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's, if that's plausible. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Admiral Byrd, yeah, Admiral Byrd had a lot of things going on. You know what I mean? When he went on his little expedition to Antarctica. So,
right.
you know, that either could be hollow Earth, that either could be a whole just another civilization. It could be a whole nother, the ice wall and past it. You know, it could be many different things. You know, but supposedly this is it was a hole he found that he went through. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it says also right here that John Cleve Simmons Jr., an American Army officer who was a significant advocate for the hollow Earth theory in the early 19th century, he believed there were large openings at the North and South poles leading into the Earth's interior. It says that Sims attempted to secure funding for an expedition to find these entrances, but was ultimately unsuccessful. So I think exactly what you said. I don't think that I'm sorry, I got the hiccups. He was not unsuccessful because it's not there. I think he was unsuccessful. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I think he was unsuccessful because, like you said, we already know that there's like an ice wall in the Antarctica.
Yeah.
So he might have just not been able to go through it.
To the right area. Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, you know, because, it was different when Admiral Byrd did this flight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And on top of that, I mean, there has been reports. And this is a fact, you guys, just FYI, if you guys never heard this, but there was I've seen this. I don't know if it was like on Ancient Aliens or something, but I've seen this where basically there was a army chopper or something. They were stationed in Antarctica.
Yeah.
And somebody got hurt like pretty badly. So they took these people, they took this person, the chopper came into the landing site. They picked up this guy and they needed to bring him to the nearest hospital.
I saw that.
And yeah, you've seen that, right? So basically, do you want to say the story then, since this is your article?
Well, I mean, you could keep going. I mean, they went through a no-fly zone that they weren't supposed to go. And they weren't allowed to talk about what they saw.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah.
But
I saw
basically,
that too.
from what they did see, from what people, the gist of it is that they literally seen foreign flying objects, or you can say UFOs, coming out of like holes.
Exactly.
You know, so that's basically what was on. So we definitely know there's something there, that there could be entrances to a whole other world.
Well, of course.
You know,
treaties.
There is a whole reason why during World War II that they were exploring these areas, that they had all these people hiding there. So, you know, there's definitely a lot of stuff, intriguing stuff going out about it. Maybe tomorrow for my conspiracy theory, I can delve a little bit more into this, and I'll maybe do one about Antarctica for you guys to just
I would think so, man.
Yeah, to give you guys a little bit more of a understanding of what's going on over there.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that being said, we got one last thing to share with you, and that is my weight, because I do every Tuesday. I show you guys my weight. I am currently on a 44-day fast. I'm trying to do a little detox and cleanse myself. I was diagnosed with GERD back in the day, which I've now completely reversed through, you know, doing. I was working out with Jay. I just stopped yesterday I'm just stopping for like 11 days, because when you're fasting, your energy levels are definitely not the same as when you are, you know, you having food in your system to burn, you know, those calories. But for me, I don't have anything in the last. This is day 29 of my 44-day fast. So I don't have any energy to burn. I have just enough energy to basically do the show for you guys, go to work, and do what I need to do. That being said, before I show you my weight, because Jay, you've been kind of following this closely, where you've seen my weight, like, you know, maybe like last week. Where would you think I am right now? I just want to see if you take a guess.
202.
202. Okay, so Jay says 202. If you guys have if you guys have been following my weight, if you guys want to type in a message real quick, we got 23 people watching. What you think my weight is? I'll see if you guys could guess. If not, I'm just going to share it right now anyway, so it doesn't matter. But let me share this with you guys. Let me pull up the screen real quick for you guys. So it's been a week since last Tuesday. Last Tuesday, I weighed myself. Where was I, Jay? I was at 205?
208.
208.
Yes, okay. one of those, 207, something like that.
Last week I was at 208, 207, somewhere around there. And today I am, here we go. Can you guys see my weight? You see that, Jay?
No, what is it?
195.
No way.
I weigh 195. I weighed myself today.
Damn, you lost 10 pounds. Jesus.
10 pounds in 1 week. This is because I'm not eating. I started at 250, guys. So basically in 29 days, I went from 250 to 195. So that's what, 55 pounds?
Yep.
So guys, don't ever make it seem like it's hard to lose weight. I mean, it is hard if you're not eating because it's mind over matter at that point, and you kind of have to have a really strong mind and be strong-willed. But especially for people who are like really sick, who have like cancer or who have diabetes or anything serious, when you really don't have any other choice, then you pretty much can overcome anything to make this happen so that you guys can heal. We are not, like I said, though, we are not medical doctors. So, always consult your physicians as well. I have to say this because I don't want to get sued by anybody for doing anything. But on top of that, I am just trying to let you guys know that this is what I'm doing, and it is mind over matter at this point. I'm going to do the full 44 days because at this point I'm not even hungry anymore. I'm able to do this. It doesn't matter to me. The only time I get hungry is when my dear mother cooks really good food that I'm smelling, and I'm like literally sleeping and I'm like waking up to the smell of her food. But it is what it is. I'm staying strong. I'm trying to heal myself completely. And on top of that, I was very overweight. And when you have that much weight, it also, your joints and everything suffer as well if you're not taking the necessary vitamins or minerals to keep your bones strong, because then that's where you also get what do they call that? What do you call that, Jay? When like your bones like osteoporosis or something? When your bones all start hurting and stuff,
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, that's a good term.
Yeah. So definitely, guys. Just wanted to share that with you guys real quick. I'm one of the real ones out here. I know on YouTube you guys see a lot of people posting like they're losing weight. I see one guy posting he's only been drinking water for 60 days, which I'm telling you right now, that was all for views. He did not do that, because if you did, your body would have shut down. I am taking an herb, which is Irish sea moss, which has 92 out of the 102 minerals that your body needs. If you don't do that, your body will shut down and you will not be able to function. So that is a word of precaution. You do need to take like an herb or some kind of herb that has most of to be able to sustain your body. So it needs to have the minerals that your body needs, or at least most of the minerals. All right. Well, that being said, let us go with Jay's final words of thoughts. What are your final words of thoughts?
Just, you got to stay focused, stay blessed, stay the course, man. Everything is always within reach. Just have to be, just have to have that plan, execute, and just, wake up blessed, just to be alive.
Definitely.
Yep.
OMG, your dog is looking so funny right now, dude.
That's how he sleeps, man. He sleeps, so he always lays on his back, his legs up, and that's how he sleeps, man. He's sleepy right now.
That's a straight human right there, bro.
I told you, dude. If you look at his face, he does all human things, his behaviors, everything, bro.
That's hella funny.
But yeah, he's sleeping right now.
Oh my god. All right. Well, you guys, our motto: health, wealth, and happiness. That is what we live by, and we're here to preach that to you guys every day. We're here to answer any of your questions, so please feel free to give us a shout out in the chat, even just say hi. Besides that, thank you for the 23 people that are watching us today. We love you. Thank you again, and we will see you tomorrow. Stay blessed.